This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on the South Today, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, but things aren't so bright for dairy farmers. The number of thefts around Dunedin spikes, prompting police to remind residents to be vigilant. And Forsyth Bar Stadium hosts its first drifting event, and our reporter gets a taste of the seriously sideways sport. Good evening, I'm Rebecca Dupree. Southern retailers shouldn't expect a big spend up from dairy farmers this Christmas, according to an expert. The comments come on the back of low dairy prices for the last 2 years. And despite international prices rising, Dairy NZ says it'll take a while to offset the damage and debts incurred over the last 2 years.
Christmas is just 23 sleeps away, but it'll probably be a few more years before Southlanders feel comfortable spending their dairy dollars. Hi, I'm Ruby Spink in Invercargill's Esk Street, in the shopping precinct, where Dairy NZ says we aren't likely to see many farmers this month. Southland and South Otago have around 1,300 dairy farmers, and Richard Kite says they've been hit hard over the last couple of years.
You know, we've had a reasonable trough. And through that period, it's farmers have struggled to remain profitable, and most have incurred debt.
Although the farm gate milk price is now $4.60, which is in the realm of profitability, Mr Kite says farmers are aware they need to be cautious in their spending because we never know where the price of dairy is going next. He says this means that there are going to be less people out here buying Christmas presents while they're paying off their debts. There's a lot of caution around spending. Farmers have cut back and had to cut back in the last couple of years, and some of the spending will be happening, and that will be about deferred maintenance and things they've had to put off. But they're also cautious because of the volatility in the payout. Dairy brought around $1.2 billion into the Southland Otago market in the 2015 to 16 year, and in better years it can bring over double that to the region. Although it seems there's going to be less spending this December, he says farmers are feeling hopeful about the future. So obviously now we're seeing that rise, we're coming out of that period. Farmers are feeling, certainly in the south, optimistic because we've also had a great spring to go along with that. Kite says he can't predict what the future prices for dairy will be, or if there's going to be another downturn coming. But he says many farmers already know what to do to prepare for future turbulence in the dairy sector, and if they need any advice, to contact their local Dairy NZ office. I'm Ruby Spink for the South Today.
Delta and Aurora Energy staff have been seeking answers to questions of safety. Meetings have been held between representatives of the lines companies and the E2 union. The union has raised questions about the safety of workers following media reports of unsafe conditions and red-tagged power poles. They're also concerned about the condition of the electricity network and how risks are being managed for staff, contractors and the public. All parties have agreed to work together to find a solution to the issues. There's a mobile crime wave and you could be next. Dunedin police are warning people to take extra care of their property after a number of break-ins and stolen vehicles were reported around the city. And it's believed the offenders are travelling between suburbs to scope out unoccupied houses.
They travel in, scope your place and leave again with your stuff. Police call them mobile offenders. Shield Hills Atung Street is just one of the spots that was hit during a spate of burglaries and car offences in late November. A car was stolen in the area and items were removed from a parked vehicle. Petrol has been siphoned from other vehicles. A school and family home were also broken into. Calvin Lloyd of Dunedin Police says home invasions have ongoing consequences for the victim, who often ends up leaving their home. We can have especially a dwelling burglary where nothing's been taken, but it can have quite a substantial effect on the victims. Residents in nearby Musselburgh Rise have reported feeling threatened by a man in his late 20s door knocking, asking to use the toilet. Lloyd says he doesn't believe the recent incidents are connected. Really brazen offenders who their first approach to a potential victim will be
to approach straight to the door and come up with some excuse. It could be that they're wanting to use a toilet, or they're wanting to find a lost dog. They're the sorts of excuses that we find.
He advises reporting the incidents and cancelling papers and putting time lights on if going away over the holidays.
What we suspect is that the offenders will be parking a vehicle if they're from out of the area and be walking around. People wandering around, especially residential streets, paying attention to vehicles, looking at insecure properties. We really rely on people to give us a call at the time so we can get some patrols in there to have a word with these people.
Police are finding the patterns and pockets of offending are changing, and they're having to adjust their patrol taskings accordingly to keep ahead of the game. It is difficult to say where the next crime will occur. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
The search for an elusive Fiordland crested penguin in Milford Sound has revealed the birds are thriving. The tawaki breed in remote and inaccessible areas, making it difficult to observe and study. However, 60 breeding pairs have been monitored with GPS data loggers, as well as pressure and temperature sensors. It wasn't all good news though, as researchers also witnessed the devastating effects of stoats on the penguins. Tawaki are the third rarest penguin species worldwide. The motorsport of drifting is typically an outside event. However, the sport's governing body, D1NZ, has brought racing to Dunedin's covered stadium. Drivers have been getting used to the indoor 800-tonne concrete track and throttling their cars to within inches of blowing up. The South Today reporter Daryl Bays was just a little bit excited to get seriously sideways with the godfather of drifting.
Slideways, here we come. It's fast, loud, smoky, and a hell of a ride. To be at the top of your game in anything requires skill, dedication, and focus. But especially when you're behind the wheel of a 1,000 horsepower supercharged V8 going around 100 kilometers an hour, and much of it sideways. When you're a passenger, the world is flying by and mostly blurry due to the fact you're travelling so quickly. Before we took off for a series of hot laps, Fanger Dan Woolhouse had some words of advice.
I think you'll be like, what's going on? Like, this is not normal. But I think once you sit back and watch what I'm doing behind the wheel and it's so smooth, you'll be you'll have a whole other outlook on drifting once you get out of that seat.
As a 14-year veteran of the sport in New Zealand, Woolhouse has travelled around the world and says these training runs were the first time he's raced in a stadium.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. Like, I guess once the cars start laying down a bit more rubber and that, we'll get a lot faster and yeah, be able to put a lot more trust in the car.
We didn't complete one of the many laps, as Fanger Dan, in his usual style, pushed it a little too hard on the first turn. Sort of lost control as much as you can when you're one of these race drivers, and spun into the side of the pitch, you can say, off the side of the track. Now they have to sweep all the dirt and rubbish off the track, and then he'll be out again. After he leapt out to inspect the car for damage, a race official gave him some advice about being a bit more careful.
But for now, just try not to do the normal Fanger style and take it a bit easier.
Yeah, I'm going to go this side.
Because your diff is actually sparking out, or you've got something sparking out on the ground.
Racing at Forsyth Bar Stadium begins today, and there's a noisy and fast full program of D1NZ racing through Saturday. With Dan Woolhouse and his team, it's amazing what hours of love, skill and dedication can create from the body of a former police car. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, a North Otago school loses a much-loved piece of playground equipment, and art lovers are in for a real treat.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silverhorn.co.nz to order emu oil today.
We're at 25 Moray Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so that we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focusing on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Southern Television takes pride in providing a wide range of programming. If you have concerns about our programming or feel that standards have been breached, please write to the address on screen within 20 working days of airing. Visit Broadcast Standards Authority website for more information on the complaints process.
My Els and I just love coming to Alex Campbell's. That's my favourite shop. I always get good value here, and good boys really deserve good brands and good quality. Look at these tees. Local beaches on some of them too. This is only for the good boys, the old boys, the young boys. What about some bright shorts for the boys? Excellent.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Yes, Sonny Chin.
Neck, shoulder, back, sciatica, pain specialists. Innovative tools specifically designed to contour your grooves of depletion and excess muscle buildup.
Sonny Chin, it works.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
Put your seatbelts on for this one and rev it up. Thursday night is Motorsport Night. Proudly brought to you by multi-award-winning Garador.
Welcome back. A video of Tim Shadbolt on a scooter may have only been posted 2 days ago, but it's been watched over 300,000 times already. Our Invercargill reporter took to the streets to see what residents think.
It's taken Facebook by storm. Hi, I'm Ruby Spink in Invercargill, and today I've been out in the city gauging the public's response to the viral video.
I thought it was so funny. Like, I just thought he was going to the dairy for his kid or something.
I wasn't that impressed by it. I thought it was kind of cute, but not like most of what's on the internet these days.
Well, at first I laughed. I thought it was quite hilarious because, you know, he's the man of Invercargill.
The popularity of the video has been surprising for the Mayor.
It's a bit of a shock to the system having such an overwhelming response to such a tiny little 5-minute trip to the shops.
And that was yesterday when the video had 60,000 views. Today it's climbed above 300,000. Sure, most of us found it funny, but why would an 8-second video of a mayor on a scooter be so popular?
I just don't think you see someone so professional just going out there and doing something like that. You just never see it.
I really couldn't tell you, except that obviously the mayor is a popular person.
Because I guess since Tim Shadbolt's the longest serving mayor of New Zealand, he is a part of like a National Geographic almost. So yeah, everyone likes Tim.
This video's been viewed over 300,000 times. So I asked the public, what do they think this has done to the reputation of Invercargill?
I think it just sort of shows that we're a happy bunch of, people down here, and just shows that, even our mayor can clown around sometimes.
It's kind of a fun-loving sort of a place, I guess. People don't take themselves too seriously. I think that's always good.
Oh, obviously just makes Invercargill look even better because Tim Shadbolt just lightens up everyone's life, I guess.
And with the video only posted 2 days ago, it seems it's not going to die here. I'm Ruby Spink for the South Today.
Thanks to health and safety regulations, a much-loved piece of North Otago playground equipment will be laid to rest. The slide at Papakayo School has been in place for 41 years. The school's board has decided to sell it as it no longer complies with health and safety legislation. Problems with the slide include its height, steepness, lack of sides and a sharp change of angle at the bottom. The school is selling it in an online auction. It's expected to be removed from school grounds by mid-January. It's art from a different perspective. Art Centre is holding its annual exhibition at the Dunedin Community Gallery, and it's a chance to experience and purchase one-of-a-kind pieces made in the studio by people who use mental health services.
For the artists, it's the culmination of a year's work, and this exhibition marks 30 years since Art Centre has been up and running. I'm Roselle LeBone. The Art Centre artists have spent thousands of hours knitting, painting, sewing and moulding to create hundreds of unique objects for the end-of-year exhibition. Art Centre is an organisation which provides an artistic platform for creative people in the community who use mental health services.
It takes a little bit of patience, but it's quite fun, quite therapeutic.
Paul Smith says while people's personal experiences inform their art, those living with mental health issues should not be identified by that label.
We're not therapists, so it's not necessary for us to have that label shown. And even, I mean, the work in here holds up by itself.
He says the artists come from varied creative backgrounds and there's a wide range of work being done at Art Centre.
Ceramics and glazing, jewellery, printmaking, etchings, a whole range of things that a lot of people have never tried.
The artists also learn to deal with the everyday realities of the difficult artistic lifestyle.
Having to deal with sales and, sometimes not selling work is part of that process as well, and understanding that commercial reality.
The fruits of their labours are here for Dunedin to enjoy until next Wednesday. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
After the break on The South Today, we'll find out what our Queenstown reporter has been up to, and we'll check out weekend weather.
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silverhorn.co.nz to order emu oil today.
Oh, help! Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
My Elves and I just love coming to Alex Campbell's. That's my favourite shop. I always get good value here, and good boys really deserve good brands and good quality. Look at these tees. Local beaches on some of them too. This is only for the good boys, the old boys, the young boys. What about some bright shorts for the boys? Excellent.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
We're a 25 Moray Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focusing on the craft of what we're doing. We're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
seatbelts on for this one and rev it up. Thursday night is Motorsport Night. Proudly brought to you by multi-award winning Garrador.
Welcome back. An Oamaru goat has been tasered. Senior Constable Carl Peterson used the device in an unusual way after being led on a wild goat chase through the town. The goat was believed at one stage to be a danger to traffic on State Highway 1, and it also damaged a woman's mobility scooter. Senior Constable Peterson confronted the goat and tasered it. The goat was unfortunately later put down. And now we hear from Mina Amso in Queenstown.
Skiers in Queenstown can now ski all year round thanks to this park.
My name is Mina in Queenstown at Powder Peg Park. I've seen amazing talents unfold. People as young as 11 are trying their skiing skills up to pretty pros.
There's so much passion for the industry here in Queenstown, especially Queenstown Wanaka area. And you know, our season's so short. Now we can provide like a facility like this to be able to progress all year round. So instead of you know, for that 8 months of the year not being able to do anything, and then for the first 3 weeks of the snow season having to try and find your feet again. So it's a bit of a waste, but now they'll go into the next season a lot better than they finished off last season. So I can see that it's going to increase New Zealand's reputation as a whole in snow sports on the world stage.
It's a synthetic snow carpet that can be set up anywhere and delivers the closest thing to the real snow experience. Young and old took the slopes like 11-year-old Harper, who loves riding his skis and train.
It's a really good facility because it's good for learning all your tricks, and there's airbags, rails and a jump.
While some of us are scared to even try, others are slowly getting the hang of it all. Mina Amso for the South Today.
And to now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Dairy NZ says it will take some time to offset the damage and debts of the last 2 years, despite international dairy prices rising. Dunedin police are warning residents to be vigilant after the number of car thefts and home invasions at the hands of mobile offenders spiked during November. And drifting has come to Dunedin's Forsyth Bar Stadium with the D1 NZ racing season kicking off undercover. It's time now to find out what's going to be inside Saturday's Otago Daily Times, and we're joined by Phil Somerville. Good evening.
Yes, hi Rebecca. The main feature in the Fresh magazine's a really interesting one tomorrow. It's called The City Secrets. It's about those people that go with cameras and explore abandoned buildings and unusual places and down in the sewers and all that sort of thing. So that's quite, I found that an interesting read. All the usual stuff there. Life coach column is often very interesting. It's about patience. That's hard in the modern world, isn't it, where everything's instant. From the one awful court story from West Otago about a man who deliberately put a 4-year-old into a scalding bath. So pretty awful that, and the judge thought so too. And Chris Morris, Insight this week, he's writing about the shambles. It was a tsunami warning around Dunedin and the coastal communities after the Kaikoura earthquake, really.
It wasn't the best.
It wasn't the best. Things need to be done, and he looks at that, and the authorities certainly realise that. We need to be a lot better prepared if a real tsunami strikes.
Excellent. We can read all about that in tomorrow's ODT. Thank you, Phil. It's time now for tomorrow's weather.
This weather update proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Manuka Honey.
Here's our city view. It's taken looking over the noisy stadium from the Thomas Bracken Lookout in Dunedin. To the situation, a weak anticyclone is here for the weekend, although the south coast will still be affected by weak fronts and a light westerly airstream. To some towns in the southern areas, westerlies with the risk of showers for Balclutha, a high of 15 there. Nor'easters for the Catlins with some clouds, 15 degrees. Sou'westers with showers later on for Gore and Lumsden, both on 15. To the towns in the central Southern Lakes area, westerlies with high clouds for Alexandra, Queenstown and Wanaka, all on 18 tomorrow. Southwesters with showers later in the day for Te Anau on a high of 14. To the northern outlook, nor'easters with some cloud for Oamaru and Twizel. Westerlies with some high cloud for Omarama and 18 degrees there. And Dunedin tonight, low clouds and nor'easters with a low of 9. Sunny periods and nor'easters tomorrow with rain developing late afternoon and evening with a southwest change, 15 degrees. And on Sunday, sunny periods with a high of 14. In Invercargill tonight, remaining fine with a low of 8. Cloud increasing in the morning tomorrow. Showers are likely in the afternoon and evening with cool southwesters and a high of 14. And on Sunday, mostly fine and sunny with a high of 15. And it looks like washing day is Sunday for both Dunedin and Invercargill. Well, that is news from around the south today, and for this week we're going to leave you now with some shots from the week that was. We'll see you again on Monday. Good night.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.